Thanks, Greg. Oh, shit. I should probably full screen myself. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101. Hi, Greg. Thanks for not getting stuck in an elevator tonight.
Not till next week.
Tonight we are doing something that actually Jamie from in the basement, that basement there he's living right now. Thank you, Jamie. He sent me and everybody else here this can, not the same can, obviously, of Brolly Brew Co.'s Nebulas Hazy IPA with Wakatu and Wai-iti hops. I think that's how you pronounce it. 8.1% ABV. Nice. All right. So without further ado, let's get down to who we have with us, starting with Redbeard. Hi, Redbeard. How are you today?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad.
Good. Thank you very much, Jamie, for sending the beers. I'm excited to try this. Should be fun.
All right. All right. So next up, we've got somebody who's in mourning right now, I realize, but Hey, Norm.
Hey.
Hey, Jamie. How
Cheers,
you doing tonight, Jamie?
Thanks for having me on your show.
No problem. Thanks for sending me the beer.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
All right. You hear another person we hope we're just doing well as well is Mr. Chris from the 10th.
Hello.
Or it's not on the 10th, it's off the 10th. Or it's just the 10th now.
It's just 10th today. It's my 10th
today.
sinus infection, it feels like. But I want to say thanks to Jamie for sending these out and making me pay for them. I appreciate that. And yeah, I can't wait to drink this beer. By the way, Jamie, I don't know what you packaged with my beer, but I have no label, barely any label. I don't know if you could see it because whatever was on the side. I think it was, would you package these in? Like,
mine's also messed up.
Yeah, okay, yours is too? Okay, because
really?
The tape was all over the side of the label. I had to rip it off. Oh my God. Huh. But that's it. I'm going to take a photo of this and untap it just because.
Yeah, and the reason it's like that is because fuck you guys.
Perfect. All right.
He just intentionally taped over the labels on everybody's except for mine. All right, let's go last but definitely not least. We got Mr. Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Nick. How are you? I'm here. Well, I'm not. Well, I was not stuck in an elevator last week, contrary to rumor. But nobody's stuck in an elevator this week that I'm aware of, so that's good. Hated the fuzz. I just said hi, Greg. Hi, fuzz. I wish you were here, but Jamie didn't want to send you one, and Nick doesn't want to share. So,
sure.
Throw that out.
I did invite him over. He didn't want
that's true. That's true.
He's too cool for me.
Good friend, and fuzz is a hashtag bad friend.
Your friend and fuzz.
And we're having Brolly, the official beer of Norm Macdonald. So there we go.
Is it really? No,
I don't know. I just made it up.
Made that up.
It is today.
It is today.
I imagine if he enjoyed a beer, this would probably be a beer he'd enjoy.
Possibly. All right, let's go back over to moi while I read La Histoire on C'est les bières. So, story of Brolly Brew Co. begins not with Brolly Brew Co., but with Reverence Barrel Works, which I have a glass here that says Barrel Club. Reverence Barrel Works. Thank you, Jamie, for this awesome glass, too. So they're a brewery located in Cambridge, Ontario that opened in 2020, May 2020, by founders Brett Hunter and Matt Dumering, and specializing in barrel-aged beers and sours. Matt and Brett met in Toronto's homebrewing scene in 2017, sharing recipes and ideas, and eventually decided to go into business with each other, opening their brewery 3 years later amidst the pandemic. In May of 2021, the brewery expanded by introducing a sub-brand for less exotic but still highly creative non-barreled beers. These are, of course, the Brolly Brew Co. beers. Of these, their core starting lineup includes lots of Zotz Czech Pilsner, Jaunty Dry Hop Sour, Germain Munich Helles Lager, and, of course, tonight's beer, which is Nebulas Hazy IPA, which in this case is an 8.1% ABV Imperial New England IPA. There have been 4 different variations of this beer so far, ranging between, I think, like 8.1 and 8.3. ABV. Tonight's beer featuring Wakatu and Wai-iti hops, which was first brewed in, or I guess this batch was probably brewed in July of 2021. So previous versions included the Sabro and Simcoe hop version, the Nelson Sauvin version, which came out in June, and their Triple Pearl in Cascade version. So, and who knows, maybe in the last week they probably released another one that I didn't catch because I actually wrote this history for last week. All right, so without further ado, let's go down to down. I guess there's really nobody here except for one person they'll have a history, but we might as well talk to Redbeard. Have you ever had anything from Reverence or Brolly before?
Very much no. Didn't even know they were a thing, really. I'm pretty sure until Jamie posted in the chat that he was getting some beers. So
it's like beer, yes.
Pretty much. Beers I haven't tried from a brewery I haven't tried. Yes, please.
Well, I'll try anything once. Try anything and throw it out once.
Yeah. Nothing with like food or drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd never tried one of those like baby live octopuses though. That just seems incredibly cruel.
I've heard of like they're not actually. I think I've heard of them, and they're not actually alive. I think they just the salt they put on it makes them spaz or something. Anyway, that's kind of creepy to think about too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over to Jamie. Jamie, you're like the only guy here that will have a history here tonight. Have you had any of the other stuff?
So the Reverence beers, I've had quite a few of them. When they started, they were like they were right up my alley. They were barrel-aged barley wines, which were really good. Wee heavies, just stuff that you don't see a lot of, especially from a new brewery. And then they've gravitated a little more towards dessert beers, like a big chocolate tiramisu stouts with syrup drizzled on top, like a Dan beer. Like Dan beer on the dictionary is that they're making all that kind of stuff right now.
Diabetes Dan.
Yeah, not really up my alley, but a lot of people are liking it, and they've done a lot of cool stuff. They've done this slurp beer, which I've never tried, but it's like this. I think it's like green. It looks like it's from a aliens ship or something like that, and so they've done a lot of cool stuff. And then these Brolly beers. This is the first time I've gone and picked up the Brolly stuff. The 3 other versions of this I have not had, so this is my first of the Brolly. But I did have 1 or 2 cans already. I think I bought 3 of them, so this is my last one. That's my history.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. All right, so let's go over to who's next, Chris.
I've never had anything from these guys. But going back to what Jamie was just saying about their crazy stuff, what was it? That's their flagship brewery that's doing the crazy shit, right, Jamie? There is one beer I'm going to grab quick and show you guys. Okay, well, with that being said, if they're doing crazy stuff, I think the only reason they're doing it is because they want to, think outside the box and like just try something new. That would make sense. Get people interested in craft beer now because of all the seltzer stuff going on right now. It's craft beers are going the wrong way, and they shouldn't be going the wrong way. It should be there should be two sides, and unfortunately a lot of people are going to the seltzers, and I'm included too. I mean, I went down that route for a while, but I mean,
what is that, Jamie?
You had to White Claw yourself back?
Well, yeah, because I was off beer for 4 months, right? But other than that, yeah, I haven't had a seltzer since I started drinking beers again. So, I mean, that's just the way I roll. I mean,
we love Fat Chris.
Well, there's a couple more. There's a couple. Blackburn Brewery just started doing their seltzers, so I might start doing those. But we'll check those out. Jamie, what do you got there?
So the Barrel Club membership, I signed up for it when they opened up, just because they're close to me. They started off with the wee heavies and barley wines and all that stuff. So I signed up for the Barrel Club. You got the 2 glasses, which Nick has 1 of them, and then every month they'd come out with some beer that is a free release. They'd give you 1 or 2, and it's only available to people of the Barrel Club.
Make Jamie big, Nick. Sorry.
Yeah, make him big.
There we go.
Make it big.
Sorry, my lighting's pretty bad there, but it says Reverence Barrel Works Barrel Club.
Okay.
And then it just has a little sticker on the back here that shows what it is. And this one, I actually don't know how long this one will last. I'll have to talk to them. But if this one lasts a while, I'll maybe save it for... This is my last Barrel Club beer. But it is it's called Creek It's a method traditional with Bing cherries, 5.8%. So they do a lot of, you know, sour stuff, wild ale, just like they try a bunch of different things. And this is apparently it's one of the first times that a method traditional was brewed in Canada. So I don't know. I've never tried it, but I'd like to share it, but I don't know how long it'll last.
I think with those
The label look.
those cherries, it probably won't last very long. Like the
Yeah,
cherries
probably
will die
not,
out
but
real fast. But
I like the label a lot on that. That's really cool.
yeah, but yeah, they're kind of special beers, and you can actually buy bottles that are very similar shape, but they're the big. I think they call them magnums, like they're really big. Like for a party or whatever, if you're having a bunch of people over that like that, some weird beer to try.
Doesn't Fin du Monde?
Wouldn't be a party that's the magnums, would it?
You can get a giant bottle of Fin du Monde from Unibrew, I think.
Yeah, like these bottles, I've never actually in real life seen one as big as what they sell. Like they're really, really big and nice shape. And I almost bought one just to have it, but you know, I'd probably just break it in 5 days, so I didn't buy it. But yeah, so they try cool stuff, and they're a nice brewery. The guys are awesome, so yeah, recommended.
where are they located again?
In Cambridge, the main road where all the restaurants are, Highway 24, they're just off of that. They're like 1 block away from that, so really easy to get to.
From my work, it's about, I don't know, from Burlington, I think it's about, what, 20, 30 minutes maybe?
Off the 401 into Cambridge, they're like it's a 10-minute drive in, so very easy to get to.
Cool. Nice.
And 2 minutes away from Barncat, so you kind of do the both breweries at the same time.
I just wish Barncat had hours that were normal, but whatever.
They're a little better now. They're at least open at 12 instead of 3 on a Friday and Saturday. So.
Oh, that's real good news.
Yeah.
Excellent.
A little earlier. So, sorry to interrupt.
Didn't Half Hours on Earth have some really weird hours, like 1 day a week or some shit with the bottle shop?
They're also in the middle of nowhere. Like you really have to want to, like my parents' cottage is out in that direction, and even to get to Half Hours on Earth, it's like an hour detour to get to it.
Wow.
What about Syndaham?
It sounds a lot like Fist of Wall, right, Scott? I know you're there.
What about Syndaham Brewery? Whatever they were called.
I don't know.
Syndaham. They made that chili beer.
Yeah, they did.
Weren't they in Cambridge or in
Rausch beer that tasted like tomatoes?
Oh, yeah. No, they were.
They gave us a bunch of shirts.
I think they were out.
I still have mine.
I think they were out towards what's that big brewery? Yeah, I can't think of it. Like Creemore, I think they were out in that direction, weren't they? Which I've never been to, so I don't know.
I think Snyderham or Cinderham has lost to time at this point. So
yeah.
All right, let's go back to Chris for a second. I think we were still on you before we started talking.
So I have no, like I said, I have no history, but like I said, I don't know. How new is this place, James?
Like 2 years.
Oh, okay, good. You know what? I'm going to go check these guys out whenever I get a chance. That's all.
All right. So let's move over to Greg. Greg, have you tried anything from Reverence?
I have no history. I was in Kitchener a few weeks ago. I tried to message Jamie to come join me at some breweries. He didn't answer me, so I went home. # bad friend Jamie.
Fucking Jamie. Sorry, man.
That's okay. I wanted to go home anyway. There was a lot of traffic. But I just like to harass you because I'm that kind of guy. Mm-hmm. But next time I'm in KW, we'll go out somewhere.
Yep.
Word. All right, let's move over to me, which is going to be just about as uneventful because I have never had anything from. I don't think I've even heard of Brolly before. Jamie sent me some of these. I know my previous experience, like with Reverence. I think I saw you drinking some Reverence beers in the chat, and that's about it. But hey, awesome glass, and I look forward to trying some of their barreled stuff someday, especially if we get back out for another one of those beer fests or piss ups in Ontario at some point. I need to get out of the province for at least one vacation.
If they do watch this, I hope they make some like barley wines again. Stuff like that.
So Jamie can send them
The
to
stuff
us.
they started
Barrel
off with
aged.
was really good. Like them and Barn Cat were making some great like barley wines at the time. I wish I would have bought like 20 of everything so I could share it. It was so good. But off to this IPA.
All right, so let's go over to who wants to read comments.
I can do it.
All right, we are going
Alright.
to Redbeard here.
Started off with Lee Russell, cheers Lee, saying Greg escaped Nakatomi Plaza, Toronto, so last week's scheduled beer review is a go. Consider this Brolly Brew 2, brew harder.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yep.
Oh
And
wait, wrong movie. Sorry.
Scott says, hi, Greg. And Greg said, not BA 101 until Nick Gruber gets thrown off Nakatomi Plaza. And also says, hi, Scott. Then Brawley Brew with a Vengeance has a really good controversial scene with me holding a sign that says, I hate loggers at her frat party. Not bad. Not bad. And Scott agreeing, more woods in northern New Brunswick, though.
Are you talking about how like, out of the way in the country the
Half
Fistawa
hours.
was?
Yeah.
Well, half hours compared to Fistawa. Same
Yeah.
idea, like way out in the country. You think he's talking about
And-
there's more trees in northern New Brunswick, probably.
Finally, cheers, Mr. Craig.
Cheers
Hope
to
you have a good
Mr.
night.
Craig. Mr.
Greg.
The better Craig
Hi.
from the King of Beer 2 from over in the UK.
Okay, autofocus is fun.
Fun.
That's something we haven't had. We haven't done a beer. Spoilers, everybody watching. We were trying to figure out what beer to do for next week's. So, not going to go to that yet. But we haven't done a beer that is Craig accessible in quite some time, so he could join.
Yeah, we got to do something like that. Make sure that we get something that we that there's got to be something from the UK around here. I know we just got one of the Trooper beers here, like the Iron Maiden beers, but I think you guys can't get it in Ontario.
It's not listed on the LCBO app, and I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be in the beer store.
It's like Fear of the Dark English Stout or something.
Yeah.
Could be in the beer store.
It looks good. Anyway,
They had the original Trooper one in the LCBO for quite some time, but
I don't think I've ever had that beer before.
I had it one time. What is that one there? Is that the hallowed one?
Because this is in the mysterious case of where this one is.
That's hilarious. How old is the other one? How old is that one?
that's 3 years old because that's one of the beers that I bought and left up there. I'm surprised you still have those, Chris. What the fuck?
Oh, I have Choco Mesa.
It's fucking
You still have the Coco Mesa?
I do.
That's probably still good.
I know. That's why I can't. I'm going to actually open that. I'm going to review it and say thanks, Nick, for fucking leaving it.
Damn it. Drinking my Coco Mesa.
I just want to see all you drink all your freaking beers. Those
Hold on.
what was that fruit beer that Carrie loves so much?
Carrie held it up.
Yeah, there's a Liquid
Liquid
Art
Art
Fest.
Liquid Farfest. Yeah, I want to see you drink that.
God damn, that's good. That's gonna be weird by now.
You know what? I'll put it in the freezer for a few hours and see what happens.
Jeez. All right.
Get slushed.
Get slushed. All right. So I wanted to say something actually about the hops that are in the beer tonight because I actually just kind of looked them up while I was we were talking. Apparently, both of the Wakatu and the Wai-iti hops are that's Wai-iti. Are both New Zealand hops and both derivatives of Hallertau, which is a German noble hop, but they're not complete breeds. Like the Wai-iti, I think, is no, it's the other one. It's the Wakatu is basically New Zealand's Hallertau Mittelfrüh, or whatever you pronounce it. They literally could use it as in place of Hallertau. It was first released in 1988 from the New Zealand Institute for Plant and Food Research in their hop breeding program. So yeah, it's basically New Zealand's version of Hallertau. The Wai-iti is a varietal of Hallertau Mittelfrüh, but it's also crossbred with Liberty hops, and is kind of the one that's got the more citrusy fruit flavors of the two. So I won't go too much into the flavoring notes, but
this is possibly one of the definitely one of the higher end New Zealand hopped beers I've had. I guess I'd say I've had a few I generally find New Zealand hops to be not as juicy as I like when they're using beers. I
Muted?
should say maybe.
Muted,
Wow.
maybe.
New Zealand.
Yeah, a little muted, I guess. That works. But these hops, I want to say I've had something with Wakatu. That sounds mildly familiar. Wai-iti, I had that one there. I don't know.
Well, we had something, and I can't remember. I think it might have been one of the Collective Arts IPA series beers that had one of those. I think it was Wai-iti or Wakatu.
Actually, got a date on this thing too.
It must have been the Wakatu because I've never heard of the Wai-iti one. Like,
I've heard of Wai-iti, and I could have sworn we did a BA 101 with Wai-iti, a beer that had that.
It probably would have been a Collective Arts IPA.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of the Collective Arts had Wai-iti in it.
This is from July 24th. That's good. Kind of like right in that range where if it had any kind of hop burn when it was rate released, that's going to be nice and faded. And yeah, cheers to Jamie.
It tastes exactly the same as it did to me. I'm no Ashley Sexton, but 2 weeks ago when I had the other ones, it tastes the same.
Truthfully, none of us are Ashley Sexton. That man has like octopus tentacles for taste buds.
Well, Nick's trying with his notes he puts down and stuff, but like Ashley does that shit off the top of his head, which is Ashley has got some. I'm surprised that he doesn't actually. Is it no wine is sommelier? What's the beer one?
Cicerone.
Yeah, I feel like Ashley could do something in that field and do well.
Probably could.
Probably could, but he's too busy selling shoes. That's the
I
problem.
know.
Yeah,
Doesn't want to take that.
He could be touring the world drinking beer and
but just imagine.
well, he's got the family and everything, and his job is kind of Al Bundy, but at the same time, he's management level, so I feel like he's probably
Could have been managing fucking
doing pretty
Brimstone.
good.
Plus,
This is true.
he gets a lot of upskirts.
It's like you know what? He bitches about his job and stuff, so I don't like. But he's been there. I feel like he must. I feel like he must at least kind of like it to be there for so long and stuff. Like to follow your dream if you want.
When it comes down to it, he actually is really a terrible person, and I don't know why we hang out with him. But
Yeah.
Fuck, who invited him over off the tent? Fuck, on the tent when I was up there. Fuck.
Okay, so it was IPA number 6 that had Wai-iti hops.
Well, that was a while ago. Jesus,
That was a while ago.
That wasn't
was
the Nano, was it?
no, it was the one brewed with peaches, Amarillo, and Wai-iti.
it was the follow up to IPA number 5, and it
The
kind of
legend,
failed.
yeah.
Yeah, it failed big time because you know what? We didn't. It might have had those hops in it, but it was probably just overtaken by whatever the fucking fruit
The peaches and the peaches weren't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I think the big deal with it was it wasn't as epic as the beer that came before it, and we were kind of disappointed. We thought like maybe Collective Arts would keep building on top of IPA number 5, but IPA number 5 is still a high watermark.
Yeah.
Apparently, Ashley manages the rent he doesn't pay in all of our heads. It's like, no, man, it's a friend of mine. I don't know. I have random thoughts about Lee as well. Like
talking about another terrible.
Lee would be incredibly well at maybe some kind of like actual like professional.
Talking about another terrible person, Lee Russell. Like that guy in Thailand has it right. Like Lee.
They're fucking playing Bloodsport. Here we go.
Probably the worst.
That's gold.
Jamie really has become the new Norm Macdonald. Like, wow.
Wow. Huh?
No, he's just not here, so he's like an easy target.
Fucking Lee Russell.
I mean, it is the best when people can't defend themselves.
He would be like Booger in fucking Bloodsport, not Booger, whatever, Ogre in Bloodsport, and fucking and getting his ass kicked by fucking the big Asian guy, kickboxer.
I'm not quite sure what this comment is, but you know who's worse? Hitler. Worse than what? I don't know about that.
Wow.
Then Jamie?
He's a real jerk.
Okay, I'll give him that.
Or that's who's actually worse than Lee? He's saying that's who's worse than me, that person?
Yeah.
I guess I believe it. Maybe.
It reminds me of Uncle.
Nick, you're very quiet, pal.
All right. Am I quiet?
Let's hear Redbeard's thoughts.
There are none.
Okay, I gotta check my volume levels.
They don't exist. Empty space.
All right.
Well, like I said, but I feel like Lee could do very well in some kind of movie industry, writing, maybe direct. I don't know. He's just got these
reviewing the beer yet?
really good points of views on things. Jamie, you honestly have got some damn fine comedic timing and chops and stuff. And if you actually worked
he
on
has a
that,
nice cock.
be
Fucking
good.
Jamie's not funny. What the fuck?
All right. Anyway, so we should probably get down to more of the beer. Before we start to piss off
What the fuck
more
do we want to talk
people.
about the beer for?
All right, so we've all talked about the beer. Did anybody want to give their thoughts on how the beer tastes?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, you're up on screen now, so go ahead, Redbeard.
This is pretty goddamn good. It's not the best double IPA I've ever had, but it's up there. It's really nice. Again, it's probably the best New Zealand hopped beer I've ever had in my life. Zero hint of this being higher ABV in my taste. Nice mouthfeel. It's just a really, really, really well-made double IPA. Style-wise, 9. Enjoyment, 8.5.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just it's not super juicy, but it's got a really nice. There's it's some kind of fruity, juicy flavor that I can't pinpoint exactly what fruity, juicy flavor it is because I'm terrible at that. If the label actually said notes of this and that, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I get that. But yeah, it's damn good. And all the cheers once again to Jamie for sending it my way.
Cheers, buddy.
Alrighty, let's go over to Jamie. While we leave the comment from Lee Russell saying, who's worse, Hitler?
I mean, I agree. Hitler is worse than Jamie.
Well, yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
By a fair margin, just in my defense, I'd like to say. But this beer is very good. I like it. I think I get a lot of clementine, a little bit of cherry, getting maybe a tiny bit of pineapple. Could be wrong, but it has a slight bit of a burn to it, which I don't know if it's I wouldn't call it a hop burn, but it has that same characteristic, but just a little bit of it, which I like. I actually enjoy. I don't want an IPA that's too just straight up juice. I like a little bit of a reminder that you're having this is a 8.2% beer. I like your 8.1%. And I think the hops work. This is my first time having these hops. I remember listening to Joe's live stream there from last week. He was saying that he's with him being out of the picture for a little while. There's so many hops he hasn't tried, and I believe he mentioned one of these hops. And I think he would like this beer. It's nice and juicy, but yeah, just it's not overly so. It's a nice balance. And I looked this up on Untappd, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, this is the best one yet of the Brolly Nebulas series." I can't attest to that, but I think they did a good job. So I'm going to give it a 8.5 for style, and I'll give it an 8 overall. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Jamie. Also, cheers for sending this.
Nice.
Once again, I have to repeat that every time. All right, Chris.
All right, that was good, Jamie. That was good. And you pretty much hit everything that I'm about to say, except for the cherry part. I'm not getting any cherry, but this is a citrus bomb, is what this one is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting grapefruit on this one as well as tangerine. You said clementine. I see tangerine on this one. It's pretty much an orange anyway. This beer is hiding that ABV, in my opinion, very well. And the good body on this one too. It's a medium body on this one. Oh, it's kind of approaching a little bit high end of medium on this one, but You know what? That's all that stuff is great. It's fantastic. The only thing I got a problem with this beer is as it's sitting here. This is one of those beers that if you don't drink this is not going down as well when it's warming up. When this beer starts warming up, it's harder to drink on this one. It might be me because I got myself a sinus infection and whatever I can smell and taste out of this is what I'm going with. But other than that, and I don't get me wrong, I would have.
That's everybody because. Sorry to interrupt, Chris, but I actually one of these I had right out of the fridge, and I found it kind of muted. I had this one like this is just room temperature, like right from the start, and
What kind of crazy bastard are you? My God, man. Double IPA.
Go on.
Fucking albino frickin' Rip Donald over here. My God, man.
Yep.
That's insane to me. Like
it's great. It's great for me.
I started out of the fridge and I just finished, and it was still a bit above room, but still a bit chilled. And I want to say for me, it was good. It didn't really change for me from.
Well, that's the thing. For me, it's changing. Not okay. For me, it is changing a little bit. Not that it's making it like fucking undrinkable. I mean, it's still good. It's still drinkable. My point is, with this beer, I probably would have because we've been talking for 30 minutes now with this beer in my hand. I would have pounded this down 15 minutes ago, so I wouldn't have had a chance to even warm up to where it is now, which is fine. So for this beer, for style, double IPA, it's juicy. It does what it does. I'm going to give this an 8.5 as well. And for overall enjoyment, I like it. It tastes good. I'm going to give this one an 8.5 as well. I would totally go and buy this one again. And that's all.
Oh, yeah, I get that. That's something we should always add. What Chris just did there at the end of our thing, like would buy again or would not buy again. I would buy if I had access to this. This would be all day in my fridge. And like this is every time I went to buy beer, one can at least of this would be purchased.
Yep, for sure.
Until I discovered at which point it becomes when the date, because local LCBOs tend to keep things around whether they sell or not. So like once that certain date hits where it falls off, like two LCBOs here still have a bunch of Collective Arts Good Monster from like May. That is something I will not touch because it has fallen off a cliff at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And this is one of those beers, like with these hops, I don't know how hard they are to obtain, but maybe this is something that they can only make once in a while. Like maybe it takes them a long time to get enough hops to make the beer, and I don't know. Not being a brewer, I don't know, but that would be interesting. Next time I go in, I'll ask them.
That is something it'd be cool to like. I don't know, just a thing that being a brewer, that'd be kind of fun to just like. What hops out there, like you can't get because everyone's found this new hop they're brewing. Like I remember Citra when Citra first exploded on the scene. People were saying that we can't brew more of the Citra beer because we can't get more of the hops because everybody was brewing with Citra. So yeah,
it's now citrus in almost everything except for these.
Yeah, I imagine too. Like there's probably like the stock market with hops kind of thing. Like the prices probably fluctuate wildly depending on the demand and stuff, and the crop that season, and all these other weird variables that.
Well, it's probably super rare the first couple of years that they have the hop come out, and then they find a way to produce it in higher volumes, and there you go. You get a.
At the same time, like I just said, like with any vegetable or anything you grow, some year there might be a big drought in a big area that's highly affected. All of a sudden, this one hop is not available it's.
That's all I got to say about that. So I got 8.5 on both sides, I think. Right?
All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you, Chris.
With some Etobicoke drift in the background. Nice.
Of course.
Greg. Hi, Greg.
So I would probably not buy this beer again.
What?
Well,
no. Kick him out of the chat. Kick him out.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's right. I'll just take my scroll anyway.
I'm kidding. I love you, Greg.
I feel like I just got stuck in Nick's elevator.
Oh no, we shouldn't try to influence. Yeah.
Ella, the elevator.
On the wrong floor. Greg's on the
no, this is good. I'm just not a big hazy guy. So what I'll say, first of all, I'm going to say in terms of flavor notes, it's a very muted, like a maybe a tangerine, but to me, it's mostly a stone fruit. Like this is like a lot of apricot for me. It's very juicy. Somebody said it wasn't that juicy. To me, it seems pretty juicy, but whatever. I'm not a juice master. Super well hidden. I mean, again, I had to keep reminding myself that it is 8% alcohol because you could easily serve like 6 of these to somebody and they could drink them quickly and they'd be done.
Oh yeah, you can destroy
it's always fun when you don't realize it and you go to stand up and it's like, oh God, I'm hammered.
And then you poop yourself.
No, never done that. I've fallen.
Then you puke at Scott's face,
but never.
And the other thing I'll say is that my beer. Granted, this beer has been out. Well, when did we start? About 50 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. You guys have been yapping a lot. This beer's been on my fridge since then. I see no difference. It's just as smooth as it was 40 minutes ago. So,
yeah,
I guess I'm just disagreeing with everyone tonight. So what this is, it's a pretty solid beer. I don't know if I'd be too keen to buy it again, especially since I know it probably was expensive. I don't remember what I paid Jamie for this. But I'm imagining this, like $5 a can or something like that?
I think it was $6 or $6.50.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Oh,
It was
counterpart fucking pricing. What's going on?
I was going to say, like what Greg said, $5 for a double IPA that's over 8% is completely reasonable for me.
Looking back at my chat with Jamie, it was $6.50.
$6.50? That's I probably wouldn't actually buy another can, to be honest.
My sparkle
like my guess is the hops are expensive.
Yeah, because they're being shipped over from New Zealand. So
go back to the whole thing. Is there like the stock market? Is there a hop market where they look at things and buy and sell?
But I mean, the hops are probably expensive no matter what. So
yeah,
and they probably used a lot of them for this beer because it tastes. Drink it. It tastes like it's
it does say it's hazy double I thought it said double dry hop somewhere on this. Doesn't though, but it might. I feel like it might be. Doesn't say, but it would feel like.
No, let me check my history. I might have said that.
If not, then they just use a shit ton of it in the boil because you dry hop to get that juicy aroma thing going on, and this kind of has that. So I feel like at least maybe a small dry hop addition going on. I don't know. It's good. I like it a lot. But for $6.50, that's a lot for a thing. Like if it was a triple IPA and it still tasted this great. Like Sparkle Puff is something I buy now and then because it's for me, in my experience, a very inconsistent beer. Like sometimes it'll be snow globy and be fine. Sometimes it'll be clear with no chunks at all and just taste really off. It's a weird beer, but.
Well, I mean, looking at this beer on the website now, they don't actually specify. It says $26 and they show 3 of them. Now, I don't know if that's $26 for 3 or if that's just poorly. I literally see nothing here that says how many you get. I would assume it's
20. It would be a 4-pack.
That's what I would assume.
Oh, yeah, who the hell?
They have 3 in the
You're
photos.
just assuming it was 3.
We're selling 3-packs. Like, what kind of crap is that?
I don't know, but they just show 3 in the photos.
Oh, so I agree. That is weird. You're not wrong.
It is what it is. So, I mean, if we're assuming it's a 4-pack, which is reasonable, then Jamie's right. It's $6.50 a can. So I would personally not buy this again. But again, this isn't really a style I gravitate towards. I don't really like hazy IPAs. That being said, this is a really good example. This is, again, one of those dangerous beers, as Guy would say. Now, my own fault, I did dump the dredges into the bottom of this, and they're not good. But I should know better than to do that.
I didn't even notice that with yours had dredges. Mine had nothing.
Oh yeah, no, I gave it a little shake at the bottom and dumped it, and I
didn't shake mine. I made some light in mine. I didn't shake mine. Maybe I want to.
No, it's a little bit bitter. It's a little bit bitter at the bottom, like it's like that ghost semen or something.
Oh yeah, there's like a. It looks like somebody pooed in the bottom of my can.
Yeah,
that looks so good.
That's a tasty shot.
You want all that good stuff in there. You got to get that in there. So,
I didn't even think of it, but yeah, I would have.
Okay, Greg was about to give a rating.
Sorry, man.
So, anyways, no. So I sort of disagree with you guys, but not that much. So I'm going to give it for style. I'm going to give it a very respectable 8 out of 10. And for personal enjoyment, I'm going to give it a 7.5. So I'm not that much lower.
That's not bad at all.
I'm a little bit lower than you guys, but not much.
I was going to say, like, I
just don't feel it's.
You're
it's
definitely
not really
bringing the beer down, but
I would gravitate towards it because you know what? Some of you guys may be fans, some of you guys are not, but I can get a 10 bitter years for a lot cheaper than this, and I much prefer that beer. Yeah. And that's just what it comes down to. If I want an 8% double IPA, that's what I'd rather buy over this. But
for me, like I said earlier, the collective arts, the Good Monster, everything that exists here in North Bay is old. But when that beer was fresh, I want to say it was in the $5 range and double IPA, same-ish ABV, and I would put that up against this. And the price-wise, that's what I would go for. The price just really, it's really high. I don't know what to say. Only buy a 7-pack. Nice. Nick, your thoughts on the beer? I think we're to you now, right?
Yeah, I know we're to me. I'm just waiting for you to finish.
Finish on you.
Anyway, you.
He got you, Nick.
With that snow globy spoo that's in this. Oh my god, it's like jizz and anyway. Yeah, just spunked him.
Yeah, because when I said poo, that was gross.
Okay. Anyway,
who is funny?
Who is funny? Spoo.
Who is funny?
Spoo. All right, so I get
prolapse
apricot,
anus. Sorry,
a little bit of grapefruit. Let's get some limes, a touch of coconut, a very green vegetable, like not quite onion burn, but it does definitely come across as like very resiny and green, like a very like almost like it comes off with a little bit like a little numbing. I find there's a touch numbing in the back of the palate where it's like so much. It is a little bit like pretty much hop burn, but it's not like I would call it oniony and spicy. So it definitely does come across as something that's been like dry hop for days, because I mean that's usually how I double it. This isn't double dry hopped; it's definitely single dry hopped, and they when they dry hopped it, they used a lot. It's very soft and smooth. Like the body of this is very, very smooth drinking. Goes down. The alcohol is well masked, and that is completely dangerous to drink. Where it just goes down. Like you can see sitting back drinking like a $26 4-pack of these things, and to be like after you just stand up afterwards and go, oh, Jesus Christ, where'd that come from? It is, yeah, it's very, it goes doan really easy. These are incredibly dangerous. To me, this tastes like it's right up there with a lot of the beers that Trailway makes, like Trailway's double IPAs. It really reminds me of like Trailway Ooze, which is an Australian hop beer, but it's got that same kind of like big, heavy, well-masked, smooth and creamy IPA with a very like a Southern Hemisphere hops notes to it. I think I would say that I would definitely buy this again, but when you say the price is $6.50 a can, I got to keep in mind that I'm comparing this with like Trailway beers, which generally cost me like $5 a can, and that's still like craft beer is getting expensive these days, especially the good stuff is getting upwards of $4.50, $5 a can. $6.50 is a lot, and I think I'd be hesitant to go out and buy more of these. Maybe buy a couple of these at a time, because I don't want to blow everything on fucking 2 cans of this, even though this 2 cans is definitely going to get you well on your way of getting drunk. So, I mean, I do like it. The only downside to this beer that I find is the fact that it's got that really like a vegetable kind of the green taste to it, which some people might like. Hashtag Hubert. But I'm gonna sit there and I'm just gonna give it 8.5 for style, 8.5 overall enjoyment, because I do really like this, but at the same time I feel like you could have dialed back the vegetableness a little bit, maybe not dry hop it so much, and that might work. But it's really fucking good.
So random thing. So I was just gonna
rant again.
No, just random thing I was gonna say. Like when you talked about the price, that's what it costs here in Ontario. If they were to actually make it available where you are. Like generally beer that you buy, beer, probably. Yeah, so like just that would be outrageous.
Well, that's another thing. It's like a specialty brewery only released, and they used a lot of special hops to make it. Then I can understand why it's so expensive, because it's something they made in small quantities with a lot of expensive hops.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was pretty small quantities. Like I think it was only available for like 2 weeks, kind of thing. So
it is a damn good beer, and I honestly am quite saddened that I don't have any more to drink. Like this is like if I had been awake at the time you actually went to the brewery and was able to get my message, my request to you earlier, yeah, I think I would have got at least like 2 or 3 of those. I'm sad.
Well, I actually think going to Reverence was even like it was a side project because I was going to Barn Cat and then it was like, oh, I'll go to Reverence, and then they had this Brolly, so it was a kind of an add-on thing. So, but
did they do shipping from Reverence?
I don't think so.
No, Barn Cat?
I don't. No, definitely not.
Well,
no.
You know what? Next time you're headed that way, let me know, please.
Yep.
Because that was that was great.
You know, post-COVID.
I fucking
things will be easier
every day for fucking Rat Queen. Let me know when the Rat Queen's come. I'm going over there. I'm going.
That's what that you guys had that at the bottle shirt happened off the 10th, and I wasn't able to make it to. And then somebody, I think that was also at the one at Ashley's place, but when that beer was had, I was not.
It wasn't the Rat Queen. It was the Double Barrel Mother Night, which is probably the best beer.
Okay, so I didn't miss. Okay, cool. Then I still missed out on that, which makes me sad. But
there was one we did have a Rat Queen. Was it at yours, Chris?
Yeah, it was on the 10th.
Because I ended up having an extra Rat Queen. I don't know where that happened because I ended up having my own, and it was awesome.
I maybe left you one, I guess. I think it would have been me. Yeah. No one else would have had.
Chris really
Jimmy Jazz in the chat says he thinks Reverence does ship.
Yeah, cool.
Cheers, Jimmy Jazz.
Chris really cleaned up on beers that year.
I did. I still have more in the fridge downstairs. You have no idea what's down there, and I'm just kidding.
Good Lord. Like, why haven't you drank these?
I got some short finger beers in there. I'm just kidding.
Well, I just think, like, I know there's a lot of, I left a lot of beer behind. There was also beers that I left behind in a beer mail. You must have drank some of them.
Oh, fucking, all the fucking.
Oh, yeah. What are the beers you were supposed to? You were supposed to actually send to Nick, and you just never did.
Mm-hmm. Like the Coco Vesa.
Terrible. Hashtag bad friend.
Terrible
right
friend.
And the trooper that he showed earlier. There was some like culture.
Oh, show everyone your butthole.
No beer. It was a Keller beer that Joe bought me. I'm like, can you send me this?
Oh, the Keller beer. Hold on, wait.
That Keller beer still? That Keller beer that Joe.
Oh my God.
That Joe bought for me at Brewed and Bottle, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
I still have a dank wood.
Oh my God, I bought that.
Is that Founders? What the dude? My God.
Racist.
I do.
Jesus.
That one's probably. Is it a high ABV Founders?
No,
so probably...
it's a red ale.
Oh, really?
Imperial red ale. So
Imperial red ale. It's barrel aged, I think.
It is.
It might still be okay then.
Yeah, I imagine it's okay.
I think it's 12.2% alcohol. There you go.
That's that's up there. Jesus. The hell we got? Okay, we got Vape Nation 2 in the chat. Hey man, don't know you guys. Hope you all having a good time. Join you. I'm drinking a PBR.
Vape Nation.
5.9.
Cheers, Vape Nation.
Cheers.
Pass the ribbon 5.9. What are you in Quebec?
Do you have a fan going on or something in there? That was hilarious. Like that was really funny.
They sell that here. The 5.9, I believe.
Can you actually buy that in Ontario? Because I mean, like, I've only ever seen that beer in Quebec.
Did you? Was it PBR?
Yeah, PBR 5.9.
Yeah, they sell it here for sure in cans.
What's regular PBR? 4.5?
It's 5-ish.
5-ish, something like that. Yeah.
4.55.
Cheers to you, Vape Nation. Yeah. Oh, look at that, Lady Lee Hardy in the chat saying they sell the 5.9 at Lou Dogs.
Yeah, it's like a darker blue. The can is darker blue.
Well, you can buy it in a ginormous cans in Quebec.
I might go to Lou Dogs, get that.
I don't think we have those here.
I've had it before. It was all right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's PBR.
Exactly. It's PBR. I mean,
Oh, look at this too. We got freaking James, Rampant Lion in the chat, enjoying you bunch of sexy beasts. Anyone fancy a bum?
Oh, wait, let me pull the James move.
Baby.
Let's lie down on the side.
Yeah. Let me brush my hair.
Get in your bed. Everyone get in your beds. Everyone get in your beds.
Everyone lie down.
Get in your bed.
We're all James. We're all James now.
Love you, James. Cheers, man.
Goodbye, Blakey.
Cheers.
I don't even know why we're doing that, but okay.
All right. Well, I mean, if you paid
Yeah.
attention, Greg, you probably know more.
I'm not paying attention. You know I don't pay attention.
Shut up, Greg.
Grumpy cat.
Love you, Greg.
Everyone look at my cat's butthole. There we go. See, there it is.
Okay, that's the cat's ass.
There it is. Look at my cat's butthole.
Mine's being a bit more
Cat-like.
laid back, I guess you'd say. Not showing off a butthole.
Laid back, but not quite as laid back as James's.
My
My pussy's up north.
Palms in the beds.
If I get the exact moment tomorrow, I'm gonna make a Greg like pencil sharpener gift tomorrow.
Just him sticking a pencil in the cat's ass.
Your dog, cats everywhere.
Cats everywhere. Hey, remember that time Nick took a shit in your cat's litter box?
What?
Yeah.
I didn't take a shit in his litter box.
Well, you don't remember it.
True.
I have the video. I just didn't post it to YouTube yet.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Chris had to clean that thing up with a small forklift.
Yeah, they had to bring the forklift up on that horrifyingly loud and just ready to die elevator.
All right.
Elevator.
Oh, Ella the elevator. Everybody misses Ella.
Lee, that was a bit of a that was reaching on that one. The Billigan cats they is.
Hey.
Here we go. 8-5 for
Three
style.
pack here.
That is a weird background, Nick.
That's what I had to work with. It's like the only picture I could find of it on the Facebooks, or sorry, on the Googles that was free because it's on their website.
That's painful on the eyes.
Jeez, Nick.
It says reasonably high rated. It's good stuff. Yeah. Oh, we got a question asked by Lady Lee. What's next week's beer?
Dun, dun, dun. Well, I don't have next week's beer up in front of me because we just came up with the idea tonight for it. I will talk about it though. Let's put me in front right here. So we're gonna actually do another BYOB episode.
Hi, Nick.
And we're gonna feature Pilsners. So it's gonna be, I think we did Pilsner episode, but this is gonna be like Pilsners not from Europe, but like sort of like North American interpretations of Pilsners or North American style Pilsners. How's that? Does that work for everybody?
Bonus points if it's local.
Yeah.
Bonus points if it's a local Pilsner.
So can I bring a steam whistle?
And Nick said it's
Craig,
specifically because he doesn't want Craig to join.
What?
No, you know what?
I'm pretty sure Craig can get a fucking Pilsner where he's at.
A North American Pilsner. Might be a bit of a challenge, but I believe you can do it.
The Bat Blue.
Well, local Pilsner. I mean, if you're in Europe, you're not going to be getting North American Pilsner, so obviously get a local Pilsner.
Yes.
That is allowed.
There could be something.
All right.
A local
for Craig, bonus points if it's North American.
Yeah, you get some beer anal points. So there you go. You can cash those in for some Nick dollars.
Gateway House Pilsner. There you
local
go.
brewery here, they do indeed. I believe they might have more than one.
We're at the end of the show right now. We got the most viewers we've had at the end.
No, we had 11. We have 10 now.
11. We have 11 viewers right now. That's still not as many as what Joe had on his welcome back.
It's Joe. Don't try to. It's Joe.
We're
Come
not
on
Joe.
now.
I want to know about these Nick dollars. Like how?
What?
Well, Greg said Nick dollars. Like
Nick dollars.
Yeah, beer anal points. You get enough beer anal points, you can trade them in for Nick dollars. And all those Nick dollars can be traded in for fabulous prizes. We don't know what they are yet, but
I assume for your cats.
Fabulous prizes.
An autograph picture by Le.
Oh, I would love an autograph picture of Le.
Like the one
Or
you
Lee.
get at the strip club when the strippers and the features off the stage and be like,
No, it's gonna be like a still shot from the camera that's obviously gonna be set up for the first meetup. Autographed by both of them.
Yeah, we could probably do like an episode sometime where we're just basically strictly doing what's your favorite lager.
Lager.
Anyway,
I don't even know if I'd have a favorite lager. They're all just.
I'd like to do an episode where we decide which is our favorite Lee. Is it Lee? Is it Leah? Or is it Ash Lee? Which Lee is the best?
Oh, that's
or
a stretch.
Lezak.
Or
Chris Lezak.
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 You have to answer this accurately, after all.
Ooh, Nick. Nice one.
I could be Carolee.
Carolee.
Do we have James Lee over here?
No.
Gregor Lee.
It's like Scott
Gregor
Myers.
Lee?
I have it.
Nick
Scott
doesn't
Myers
work.
is
He's
a
a Nicholas.
shit ton of Nick dollars. Worst conversion ever. Is like, yeah, because he knows how worthless those are.
Wait, Nicholas. Nicholas.
Nicololi.
Gotta get that Lee in there for all of us somehow.
Nicholas. What?
Lee Russell. End this shit.
You know what? That's a good plan. So I'm going to take this shit offline. Lee.
Where we go? Thanks, Jamie, for the beer.
Lee's name is actually written properly.
Cheers, Jamie.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for the beer. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Penis.